As we learn more about what happened to the Titan sub and its crew, we're seeing more and more develop a case of what appears to be, at best, civil negligence, at worst, something that is beyond conceivable, and that is criminal liability. And we've been through this before. Now, the latest news that we see right now, the latest news is very simply as follows, and this is horrible. Presumed human remains have been recovered from what people believe to be the wreckage of the Titan. Now, this is the submersible versus a submarine. And there's a difference, obviously, that imploded on a voyage, this ill-fated voyage to the Titanic earlier this month. Now, all 5 aboard were killed, and the Coast Guard is reporting this as we speak. The forensics involved, identification, what that looks like, what that seems like, what it appears to be, is something that is just an area that has always fascinated me as a prosecutor, as somebody who's been involved in the biz, and somebody who looks at the remnants of human remains to tell you the story. Where they're telling you, I can't speak, but perhaps if there's anything left, maybe it will speak. But before I begin, let me thank you for joining us. Let me ask you to please subscribe to the channel. This is such a tough story. Subscribe to the channel, like this video. The concept of liking is it's strange. Hit that little bell so you'll be notified of live streams and new videos. And we always thank the people who make this possible. Our great sponsor at mypillow.com, mypillow.com. Put in promo code Lionel, get a free gift, and enjoy and avail yourselves of the items they have that will help you and allow you to luxuriate like you cannot believe. mypillow.com, promo code Lionel. Great people, American products, and a great American corporation. Now, let's look at what's happening. Just imagine this. Medical officials will be conducting, it is believed, a formal analysis, a forensic analysis of the remains. How you're going to even tell this, the remains after an implosion. Can you imagine this? Can you imagine? It is the captain of this, somebody who is identified as the captain, the U.S. Coast Guard, of the Marine Board of Investigation, says that the evidence will provide and will allow investigators from several international jurisdictions, and that's very good, with insights and expertise into the tragedy. There's still a substantial amount of work to be done, obviously, to find out what's going on. Now, pieces of this mangled, tangled submersible were found ashore in Newfoundland, Canada, this morning, in hopes of assisting in lending evidence to investigators and the like as they try to find out what happened. Large pieces, you can see this, large pieces of the metal resembling parts of this have been found. And what is even more interesting is going to be as follows. If there is not a series of lawsuits, litigation on the parts of the families, remember, these are billionaires. One of the, how do I say this? This is terrible. In civil law, in civil litigation, when you quantify everything, you lose your arm. Okay. How old are you? I'm 78 years old. I'm retired. Okay. Who are you? I'm Yo-Yo Ma. I'm an international renowned, multi-talented, multi-millionaire, the greatest cellist of all. Different story. It's an arm, but one arm is worth a lot more. You've got billions and billions. You had this tin can with billionaires centimeters apart. more billionaires per square inch than anywhere on this planet. And you are going to see now, as it comes up, YouTubers and experts laying the groundwork, what will be, and I'm telling you, the most profound example of negligence that no one has ever even imagined. As you get into this, as this wears off, you're going to find out they did what? And already, just right now, the power of crowdsource. This is the beauty of you and the internet looking at how this worked. This carbon filament, carbon fiber, one porthole that's bolted in. The experts that said you can't do this, the people who went and changed their mind, the others, you're going to be hearing testimony upon testimony from individuals who were saying things like, I'm just anticipating this, but you're going to hear people who said, I warned him, or I quit, or they fired me, or I've got these documents. And then right now, as litigation will most probably commence, and the possibility of criminal charges against whom I don't know. But this is something that is beyond serious. It also brings in so many ethical questions. When people do things, when people are involved in daring do, when people are mountain climbers and whatever, we often sit back and really think nothing of it. We almost applaud them. We say, well, that's the way he lived. He lived hard. He did what he wanted to do. He was an explorer and adventurer. What this is making us think about is how incredibly foolhardy this is. And if you can show, again, it depends upon the evidence, because what I'm seeing right now, just in the references, and let me also say, people, blogs, tweets, we never had this before in the history of humankind. We never had this. We never had individuals who sit back and who are watching this and who lend their own expertise, who move up to the fore and move up to this incredible cinema, this auditorium of geniuses, where people will lend their expertise and lend their opinion as to what's going on. You are going to hear from experts and individuals who say, and who will recount, they were warned about this. And then you're going to have to ask yourself, think about this. There's life insurance policies. Did this in any way vitiate life insurance policies? How do you insure? Again, we're talking billionaire, billions. Key man. When you are somebody of this note and this stature, money's changing hands. It's going to get vicious, and wait till you see now fingers starting to point. Who is going to be? It's going to be OceanGate. Is it Stockton Rush? Is it his? Wait till you read and this is going to be interesting too. What exactly did they release? What did they release? What was this? What did they sign off on? What did they say? I hereby waive any and all responsibility, any and all liability. I hereby waive my assigns. Nobody can sue on my behalf. Wait till you go through this. Is it possible to be so negligent and so foolhardy and so indifferent to human life that extreme waives a waiver, waiving the waiver, that never even anticipated something this crazy? For example, you sign a waiver of liability. Stockton Rush pulls out a gun and shoots you. I don't think that's covered. It also makes us reconsider, why do people do this? What is in our psyche? What is in our minds? What is in our heads that does this? And by the way, with all due respect to these poor people who died, this is the most stupid, uninteresting, horrible. What is this? You're in this immersible suppository, this can, with a can and a drape, and you're supposed to look through a porthole with maybe some light. Go, yep, that's it. All right. Yeah, does that look like is that the bow? Okay, bring it up. And it's a submersible, thrusters. What about the mothership? Now, I don't know if that has any liability whatsoever for this at all. We'll find out about this. But I find this issue fascinating at levels I never thought at first I would even think were interesting, but they are. And your insight, your detective work, and your commentary is without peer. And I invite you to add to this. You're very good. Very good. I want you on my investigative team. All right, dear friend. Thank you so much. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams and new videos. And don't forget our great sponsor, mypillow.com. Promo code Lionel. Get a free gift as opposed to a gift you pay for, which we've been through a million times. All right, my friends. Thank you so much. And now I beg, I importune, I ask, I entreat, I request humbly that you let us observe your brilliance and comment as you see fit.